Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from Inkybutterfly.com. Thank you so much for joining me again today for another card making video, and we have some new products to show. These will be launching soon on the 7th of January. But here's a sneak peek at some stuff. So I gave you a sneak peek last week at Beautiful Butterflies. This time I'm going to bring in this set called Natural Botanicals. Really nice, designed as a reversible stamp set, so you can use both sides of the stamp to create some images as well. We're just going to use the outline images for creating our card today, but there's loads of samples in the catalogue when you manage to get to see that from the 7th of January, so you can have a look at what they've done with that. So it's a standalone set, there's no coordinating dies or anything, so but it's really pretty, and I like I like these botanical kind of images. I think they really lend themselves to lots of different occasions. No sentiments though, so I'm going to bring in the wonderful Simply Said. Okay, this one is just a real must-have. It's just a great general greetings in the two fonts there, which really do lend themselves to all kinds of cards. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're doing today. So on this card I've created a background with two colours. So this is Boho Blue and Azure Afternoon. So basically one of the in colours and another sort of bright colour. Okay, which leads me on to why I'm using the colour combination. And then the background there and the layering is all in Pebbled Path. Okay, so this card uses this longer image here with this little guy. We're going to switch it out and we're going to use this one with that guy as well, just to sort of give it a different look. Okay, so this combination of colours stemmed from the Global Design Project challenge that's running at the moment. This is you'll find them on Facebook if you just search for Global Design Project, and they launch various challenges, and this time it's a colour challenge, and I love colour challenges. I just think it just helps you to sort of have a think about what colours to use together, because sometimes they go together really well, which I think this is just a classic greys and pinks. And even the Poppy Parade, even though it's more red, it's a pinky red, so it's quite a classic combination. But sometimes you get some real kind of weird and wonderful combinations which are a bit more tricky. So with that in mind, I thought I'd create a card with a sort of similar idea, using a bright and a more muted colour in the same shade, hence the Azure Afternoon and the Boho Blue, and then toned it in with the Pebble Path. Okay, and this is what I came up with. So the card I'm going to create in the video with you today is going to use these three colours as per that challenge. Okay, so like I say, just check them out on Facebook, and you can just post on the Facebook page all your creations, or on Instagram. You can do that too. All the rules and everything are on there, in terms of linking them and all that kind of stuff. But there's no blog required. You can just create and have some fun. So let's crack on with what we're going to do then. So we'll start off with our background piece. So it's a full card layer, which means it measures 4 by 5 3/4 for to fit onto the standard international A4 cardstock. And I'm going to grab some scrap or some grid paper or something, just to sort of protect the surface a bit, because we're going to be stamping off the page, and we're going to start with our lightest colour in the combination, which is going to be the Pretty in Pink. So this is one of the new in colours, and we're going to do that with the larger stamp in that set. So it's quite a large one, so this is on an E block. Okay, I've already sort of given it a rub over with my fingers, just to sort of take off that shiny manufacturer's residue that you get It's perfectly fine, it's perfectly normal. Every clear stamp producers, they all have the same thing. Okay, and we're just going to go around the page with this outline, okay, and just sort of use bits here and there to fill in. So I've created a gap there, but if we just partially ink up some of that and just fill that in, and the rest of it will be filled in with the other colour. So don't worry about getting it all absolutely perfect. I don't really want a stem showing though, so I might bring that one out this way a little bit. And sometimes some bits come out darker than others, and that's fine too, because we're just creating, like I say, this background for now, which you know, once we have the central panel on and filled in with the other bits and pieces, you're probably not going to see a lot of that, but it'll be there and it'll be look pretty. So that's that for the moment. I might come back to Pretty in Pink in a minute, and now we'll bring in the Poppy Parade and the smaller stamp. Okay, and we'll sort of do a similar thing. We'll kind of work our way around using different parts of the image. Okay, oops. Okay, and in different directions as well, just like we did when we used the larger image. And then some of it will be stamping onto white, which means it'll really be bright. These colours contrast a little more than the two blues, so the Poppy Parade is really standing out, which I'm totally fine with. Okay, so as I say, we're just random stamping, and then if you end up with a little bit that's too small for a whole image, just pop in just part of it, just so that it looks complete. You might want to choose different areas. I might go with that bit for there, and then just sort of have a quick look just to make sure you're happy that you've covered enough of it. So I just got a little bit of emptiness in those corners there, and I think that will do. It looks cute, right? It's a really nice Valentine's Day combination, isn't it? Okay, so let's pop away Poppy Parade, because that will get everywhere if we aren't careful. And I'm just going to stamp off that excess ink and then pop that onto my cleaning surface, because it's got red ink on it. Just bear with me a second, because I just want to get that off straight away, just to minimise the staining. So just give that a bit of a scrub. It's going to stain. I mean, there is no way to stop it staining, but you can minimise it a little bit by just making sure you give it a really good scrub straight away. Okay, so that's our background done. Okay, and there's nothing else to do on there, so we're going to just need some more going to need some more seal in a minute. You can see that little red liner tape showing there. So we're just going to use a Pebbled Path card base, just like we did with the original, and we'll just pop that on. So Pebbled Path's a really nice neutral. Okay, and I say grey and pink are a really nice combination anyway. Okay, so our panel is smaller than a mini panel as well. It's I've actually done this 2.5 by 4.25, and then matted it onto a piece of pebble path that's just a little bit wider. Okay, so that's going to be our panel on there, and I've already fussy cut one of these leaves to go on there. So I've already stamped another one, which we just need to fussy cut. So I didn't want to sort of do too much fussy cutting on screen, but I do like to show it, just so that you know that just because stuff doesn't have dies with it doesn't mean we can't have some dimension. So fussy cutting does take some patience, which not all of us have a lot of. Some people find it very therapeutic. And I say, sometimes I'm in the mood and sometimes I'm not. So for this one, I think it was worth it, because I think the effect was worth it, having that dimension and having that extra bit of dimension to add to this card. So, and then what we will have to do is just, oops, I might do it off screen because I forgot. Oh, I might do it on screen. You're okay to speed that up, aren't you? You can watch me on ×2 or skip ahead if you don't want to see any more fussy cutting. Not even going to worry too much about the stem there. I'm just going to see how that goes. Okay, because what I also need is one of the larger leaves. What I was going to do was compare stamping straight on, but in my haste to prepare, I have put the dimensionals on, which means I can't stamp on that anymore because it's not flat. So I'm going to bring back that large stamp. Excuse me. Trying to be frugal with my cardstock. Save where you can. So just bringing back that pretty in pink there to stamp out this larger leaf for our background on the panel. And again, you could go right into all of the detail on this. I'm not going to. I think this shape is quite nice as it is. However, I'll show you on the other one. I did fuss into the detail because I felt like it lent itself to that. Where's this one? Not so much. Okay, but it's entirely up to you. So this leaf I might go around a little bit more, but I'm not going in and out of all those little frondy bits. Okay, but you totally could if you wanted to. So if fussy cutting's your jam, then you can go ahead and do that. But the other thing just to notice as well, if you've never seen this kind of technique before, what you don't want to be doing is moving your wrist around too much, especially with sharp scissors in them. So twizzle the paper and keep your scissors more or less in the same place. There we go, that didn't take too long. It's much more simple shape on the original here. Look, see, I did I don't know whether you can see, but I cut into all of those little stems, which did take quite a bit longer. Okay, so I'm going to pop some of these mini dimensionals onto the back of this, like so. And if you press your nail or a pair of tweezers or something into the centres, the edges pop up, which makes them really easy to take off. Okay, and that's ready to go onto our card in a moment. Okay, I haven't decided what I'm doing with that one yet, whether it's going flat or up. Ended up with quite a bit of bulk on the original one, so I might not pop that one up, but those two are prepped ready. Okay. Okay, so for this then, we can get this one popped down. If you're more comfortable using wet glue to help you with the positioning, then go ahead and do so. Oh, boo-boo. How am I going to cover that up? I'll have to make sure a strategic leaf. Where have I got that ink from? I'll have to make sure a point of a leaf is covering up that little boo-boo there. Okay, so we'll pop that down, and hopefully that's something like in the middle. I've got our leaves ready to go, but what we do need to do is have a look at our sentiment. Now, I've got a convenient scrap now. Now, is this big enough for the heartfelt hexagon? Ooh, it will be this way. Okay, right, so I'm going to pop out a heartfelt hexagon, and we're going to double punch it. Okay, I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. So let's grab our ink. Oh, this is the Pebble Path ink and the Thinking of You sentiment. Okay, you just want to watch the O on this. I don't know whether it's just my stamp or whether it's just generally, but ooh, if your ink pad's too juicy, your letters with openings in can sometimes pull with the ink there, so this is going to stamp a little heavy, but as we're on camera, I'll just go ahead. See, that's just stamped a little heavier than I would have liked really, but it's fine. Okay, and then we're going to use a trusty paper, what's this called, sticky note, to help me hold on to that, because what I'm going to do is pop that back in and line up the sides, the straight sides of that shape, and punch from the bottom to make this a smaller shape. Okay, and if you line it up right, you shouldn't get a nasty edge. Okay, so the post-it note just helps you hold on to it and just make sure you've got all the debris out of it, otherwise you'll jam that for next time. Okay, and then that can peel away, and we've got ourselves a totally different shape from what we had before. Okay, now what we'll need to do is, it's going to hang off the edge, but at this point in time I don't know whether I need 2 or 1 until I've decided how this is all going to go together. Okay, so because all the leaves are different sort of sizes and shapes, so I think I'm going to pop this one off at an angle like this, and then we want this one coming in, but I've got those dimensionals on the back, so I'm just making sure that they're not overlapping. So on my original I ended up with a sort of a double height, which was a bit awkward, and I don't want to do that again. So I think, so I don't want a dimensional behind this one, I just want them behind these 2 leaves here. Okay, just to balance that out, press it down and pop those backs off. Oops. And that I did cover up that boo-boo there. And then we can pop this in. So we've got the height of the layer and the height of the leaf to compensate, so we are going to need 2 dimensionals on the back of that to make sure that's the right height and it sits level. And then we can just use some seal there, which will grab onto anything else that it makes contact with. On this side. There we go. Right, and the only thing to add, it will be our embellishments. So we'll just grab a bow that I've already tied there, and a glue dot. So just used some white baker's twine from the Essentials Baker's Twine set, and we'll just lift that off and position that, and we can just then give those tails a bit of a haircut once we know how long they can be. And we can add some of these lovely antique pearls, I think these are called. Yeah, these are new as well. It's 3 sizes, which I love. Okay, which means we can use our little positioning tricks using the different sizes to create some interest in our card. Okay, some more little ones. Like so. There we go. There we are. So there's our colour combination card then, with Pretty in Pink, Poppy Parade and Pebble Path. And here's the original with some blues, featuring the Natural Botanicals stamp set. All new stuff, just all very exciting. All available from the 7th, so there won't be any links available just yet. I'll link when I can though. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what you create with this and the colour combination that there is in the Global Design Project. Do check it out and let me know what you think. Hope you've all had a great Christmas. Thanks for stopping by today. Stay safe, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.